I've worked with hundreds of businesses to try and help them rank on Google, and there's always one setting that seems to be the problem. And most business owners either get it wrong or they've not checked it since they set their business up. And if you do get it wrong, you'll find your business will gradually go down and down in the rankings and you'll end up disappearing. But get it right and you'll find it can have a massive impact on your business. And I'm so convinced of it, I'm going to even do it on my own business live today. So in this video, I'm going to show you exactly what that setting is, how you can check it, why it's going to have an impact, and also as a free download that will give you a tick list of exactly what I'm going to do today so you can do it on your business too. So what is this setting? Well, to understand this setting, imagine that you were hungry one evening and you decided to go out for a walk to the McDonald's around the corner. And when you walked to the McDonald's, there it was, the big yellow M outside. So you walked in. And the smell was disgusting. And you know, what is that smell? And all around the area were gerbils and fish and hamsters and cats. You just walked into a pet shop. And that might sound weird, but actually it's more common than you realise. People advertise one thing and customers' expectations from the outside are that you do something particular, but when they get there, you don't seem to do it at all. Now you'd immediately expect that pet shop to go outside, to change the signage and show it's a pet shop. And this all comes down to your primary category. Your primary category is actually changing all the time as far as Google's concerned, because what Google expects from a primary category may be different from what you offer, because your business may be changing, or it just could be there's a better category that fits your business. Google keep adding new categories. When was the last time you checked? And in fact, your primary category is one of the most important settings out of the 200 odd settings you have on your profile. And so what you need to do is you need to avoid misalignment with what your business says and what Google thinks you do. So think of your primary category as a label that tells Google exactly what it is that you want to be found under. When people are searching for your business, this is what it's up to. But you have to bear in mind, some of these categories are incredibly competitive and others have been added and no one's in them. And that's where you have that opportunity to appear top of the rankings because you found some primary categories that has no competition. So later in this video, I'll show you how you can get that free download to check your categories and also a category finder that's going to find some categories to align you with what Google thinks. But first, we mentioned misalignment. And I've gone through this process myself because back in 1995, I was a web designer. 2005, I was a web designer. 2015, I was a web designer. But now 2025, my business has changed. I'm no longer really a web designer. Yes, I do some web design work, but on the whole, I now optimize businesses like yours, local SEO, Google Business Profile. But what happens when there's no primary categories that cover that specific type of thing? Are there tricks you can do that will enable Google to still understand those things? And also, what does Google think of my business website? Does it see it's a web designer's website, or does it see that I'm optimizing businesses and consulting with businesses? So I've got this challenge now that I'm down as a web designer for my primary category, but I've got a feeling that that's probably not doing me any good at all. So if you're looking to consult with someone, would you go to a web designer if you wanted specifically Google Business Profile consultations? Probably not. So how do I deal with that? Well, I've got this tick sheet here that I'm going to use, and I'm going to use it, and you can download this too. I'll put a link down below and you can then get straight to that after this video. But first of all, just think about in terms of what does my business actually show to the world? Is it aligned with the primary category that I've told it on Google Business Profile? So if I follow through the process, I think I've got my category wrong, and I can see, again, when I look at competitors, see what they do as well. So I need to just make sure that my secondary categories are correct and my primary category is correct. So I'm just going to work through these now, and I can see that I need to align my profile. So on my tick list, it mentions things like special links that will take you through to a certain tool. So I'm going to click on this tool, and I can see now exactly what categories my competitors have when I put their website into this tool. I can also see ways in which I can check on Google Trends to see whether there's going to be much search traffic coming along if I went for that as a particular primary category. Now, because Here's the thing, sometimes it's better to be a big fish in a small pond than to be a small fish lost out at sea. So I want to really perhaps go for a more specific niche area. So I've worked through my worksheet, I've looked at the competition, I've checked Google Trends, and I'm going to make some changes here. And I think this is going to be an interesting experiment to see, does it bring in more traffic for the area I want? Or it may be more the quality of the traffic I get. So bearing in mind, it's not always about having millions of people visiting your business, just a few thousand. If they're quality traffic and they're going to buy from you, well, then that would be useful too. But there's also just a double check you can do. If you go to the primary category in Google Maps and do searches, so do a search for some of the primary categories I'm considering, what businesses come up? Now, as it works out, it seems that I'm coming up anyway in these areas because they're secondary categories that obviously I rank high enough in to be shown. So you could argue that actually changing categories may not be an advantage because I'm already being shown in these other categories too. But I'm still going to do it anyway, just to see if it makes a difference. So marketing consultant, internet marketing services, these are probably more accurately now what my business does. So that's good that I'm showing below the ads and showing up as a local business that can do those things. And Google seems happy enough with me being shown in them as well. So that's just a good double check just to make sure the results fit in with what you do. A bit of reverse engineering is always good. It's a safety net and I'm happy with that. So I'm going to go in, I'm going to make these updates and I'm going to monitor them. So did it work? Well, I'm going to monitor it a bit longer and then I'm going to produce a video in the future that will show you exactly what happened. We'll go back through some of the processes and we'll see if there's some more tricks as well that we can try. But for now, grab the download in the link down below and then head over to this video where I reveal the things I really wish I knew when I first started my Google business profile. Follow these and you're going to be even in a better place to rank higher. I'll see you on this video.